Hey everyone. Okay. Welcome. It is I guess this is the the 15th official episode of the Morning Coffee with George, where as of yet I don't think I've had one coffee since the restart of this show. Water again in a Oyo Ocha bottle. I've stopped caring. That's the topic for today. I don't really have anything explosive to say today. I have a personality where I microfixate on things, and I've stopped microfixating on the Charlie Kirk stuff. I'm kind of done. Let me get some music going here. Give me a second. I always need to do these ahead of time. Oh, you know what? I think I created a nope. There it is. I did create a playlist that I can just click on right away. Boom. Boom. Oh, I see the problem. Hang on. Now I know I couldn't hear it as well. Hang on. Oh, there we go. I feel like I want to redo the intro. That'll be cringe later on when I look at it. All right. Back to the jazz. How's it going? Also, hang on. I got to verify a bunch of stuff before they let me look at the chat. Give me a second. Give me a second. We'll get started. I can't see chat anyway. Now I gotta do verification on my phone. Somewhere in here. Music's definitely too loud. All right. Let's get into it. The topic today is I don't care anymore. Kyle has sent me, I don't know, 20 different links to prove that Charlie Kirk's a great guy. Violet has sent me quite a bit showing that Charlie Kirk is a horrible guy. The algorithm has sent me a lot of mixed messages. But in the end, I feel Charlie Kirk is a decent enough guy to not get killed by a gun. That's all. That's where it ends. And I kind of don't care anymore. I haven't been clicking on any of the links anyway. Much to Violet and Kyle's dismay, probably. I just don't really care. I don't care that much. I cared enough to talk about it in the emotion that I had in the moment. I microfixated. Is it microfixation? I microfixated on it for a bit. But this morning, Violet sent me a picture of this really cool 3D print that she did of her username, Archis, that's her username. And it was really cool. It was really cool. The LEDs were wrong, but they broke in her first initial test, so she had to use like these lame ass LEDs. But it made me go back and look at pictures of stuff that I have done in my own house and my previous house. And I think that's my next thing. I think I got to do that again. I got to just get into the LEDs again, get everything going. Stop looking at the Trump stuff. Stop looking at all the division. Like, it doesn't matter. In my life, it doesn't matter. Like, what does it affect me? Seriously. I know there's that whole, first they came for the blah, 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 but I wasn't a blah, blah, blah. And then they came for a blah, 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 and I wasn't a blah, blah, blah. But then they came for me, and no one was there to save me. I get it, but what am I going to do? So far, nothing's really happened where I live. Just things are more expensive. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. What do you do in these cases? Just live life. Do things. Today I'm meeting my friend Chris. He's an American that lives here. He's been here, gosh, I don't know, the whole time I've been coming, so 12 years at least, but I think he's been here maybe 15-ish or so years. Can't believe the guy never got married. He's been dating so many Korean girls. He should have married one by now. But I don't think he's watching this, so I can say I suspect he's got a slightly difficult personality because I think he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong, but I think he might tend to be a little bit negative. One night after a meetup, this is like 6 years ago or something like that, I always grab all the people from the meetup. I was like, come on, let's go eat, guys. And because I'm older, they all go, okay, we got to go where the older guy says it. It's part of Korean culture. It's like the older guy says things and therefore you do it. So I go, let's go eat. And we all go eat. They just kind of follow. And we're all at this big table just chilling out. It's really fun. And there's this one girl and I guess maybe he thought she was cute. I don't know. He starts talking to her and she's like, no, I'm sorry. I thought she was cute, and I'm pretty sure that's why I started talking to her. So I started talking to her, and I go, "Where do you work?" She's like, "Deloitte and Touche." What is it? What is the name of that company? Deloitte and Touche. I don't know. I have to ask ChatGPT. I don't remember. It's this big accounting firm, and I go, "Wow." I was generally like thinking, "Wow, that's really cool that you work for such a big company. That must be pretty awesome. Do you get like good benefits?" And I'm just talking about. I'm genuinely wanting to know about her. Chris is talking to someone else over here, and the conversation goes a little bit longer. And then Chris finally turns his gaze to the new girl, the little girl, and he's like, "Where do you work?" And she goes, "Deloitte and Touche, Deutsch." And he goes, "Oh, are you an accountant?" She goes, "Yeah, I do accounting work." She goes, "Oh, that sounds boring. Oh, you enjoy it? Like, that doesn't sound fun at all." And I was like, "What are you doing? Like, I'm married. I don't even got to score points with this girl. You are a single man, and this is a lovely girl, and you like Korean girls. Why can you not be nice to her?" So that night, after all was said and done, me and Chris were walking back towards where he was going to catch a bus or something. And I was like, "Chris, bro, you can't just be negative with a girl. Like, that negging stuff, is that what you were doing?" Because I don't know if you know what that is. It's what you, by the way, I've seen it work where you just say negative things to the girl. You're just like, who would like your face anyway? And I don't know, somehow they feel like they got to prove themselves to you. I've seen it. I saw a guy do it, but I do think you have to be good looking for it to work. But it worked for this guy. And I was just slack-jawed. I was just like, I just got to insult the girl and she's going to like me? Like, how does that work? Apparently they want to prove something to you. I don't know. Anyway, so I say, "Chris, bro, you can't be negative." He's like, "Oh, yeah, right. I guess I did." And I kind of explained to him what he did. And I said, "Look, let's try an experiment. Next time we go to a language meetup, let's just only say super positive things." And I wasn't saying this to like patronize him or teach him a lesson. I just really was curious what would happen if we only said positive things. So we go to the meetup. It's a whole nother location. This time it's all new people. And I start right away. The girl taking the tickets at the front, like the girl that's like stamping your little card. I'm like, "Oh, I love your hair. That looks so nice." She goes, "Oh, I just got it cut today." And she was like so excited to hear someone talk about her hair. And I noticed people, whenever you compliment them on something, they always have information about that thing to come back to you, you know? And that's what she's like, "I just got my haircut today." So then we're in the meetup and this guy has this like striped shirt. And I'm like, "I love that shirt." He goes, "Oh, this is my shirt. I got it in Ireland like last week when I was traveling there. I really love it." I'm like, there's another guy giving us information about his thing. And and I gotta tell you, it felt like we were being so obvious. Like he was doing it too. It just felt fake as anything, but no one caught on. They all loved us the entire meetup just because we were saying nice things the whole time. Now, to be fair, I wish I could remember this because this lesson was a poignant lesson, but I don't remember it because I'm a little bit of a secretive asshole. I'm not a nice guy sometimes. I tend to ask Violet. Violet's one of my friends. We chat online, and if she said, literally this morning, I was like, "Those are the LEDs that you chose for your sign?" You're not gonna send, like, she sent me 4 photos of LEDs for this really cool LED sign that she made. She 3D printed it. It's amazing. It took her like months. Like, it's been her biggest project in the world since I've known her. And she sends me like green, blue, red. I'm like, that's what you can send me? Then I flex with all of my videos from, look at my house. My entire house has Govee multi-IC lighting. Look at this shit. You're gonna send me this and not send me a video? Then she sends me a video, and I swear to God, the video is this. Red, blue, green. Bitch, what are you doing? Are you sending me a video that is essentially 4 photos back to back stitched together in a motion video? No, that is not how LEDs are. Then she gently reminded me that the Govee lights that she had purchased for $15 broke when she first put them in. So she had to resort to the crappy ones. And she sarcastically apologized to me. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. And I said, apology accepted. I hope you've learned your lesson not to send stuff like that to people like me and you who are normal micro fixators who do everything to the max. You're going to send me a single color LED? Oh my God, girl. How can we be friends after this? I'm sending her my kitchen, which has the most beautiful stone on earth that has just enough quartz in it to where I've been able to put a whole row of LEDs underneath the lip. And I've got it going to another one bites the dust of the color. It's insane. And you're sending me 4 panel colors? Violet? You deserve the name Violent. It's violent what you did. You know what? I'm gonna stop a little bit shorter. It's vile. Violent, vile. How dare you insult micro fixators all around the world. And by the way, if this chair sounds like a fart when I move, it's because I'm farting the whole time. Yeah? You got a problem with it? You can't even. Okay. All right. Let's read Violent Violet's comments. George, you're correct, George. I'm so sorry. I'm always wrong about these sort of things. You are actually much more intelligent than me, even though you don't give yourself the credit that you deserve. I've never met anyone as smart as you or as awesome as you when it comes to LEDs. You know what, Violet? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Like, to have that level of honesty this early in my morning, it's 12:35 in the afternoon. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see what else she wrote. Let's go up to the top here. DJ Benjamin says, just when I thought I was going to bed on time. LOL. Well, Glacian says, I get to watch George before bed. Is it really? What time is it for you guys? It is 8. You guys are going to bed at 8:36. Okay, that's Vegas time. You guys are probably on the East Coast. Glacian says, Fight Night Round 2. No, see, I'm done with it. The Otaku Chicago. Remind me, Otaku Chicago, did we not meet at the, what was the name of that group? That all-girl group at one of their events in Baltimore? Did we not briefly meet there? Is that you? I do believe that was you. What was the name of that group? I don't remember, unfortunately. They're really awesome, though. I love them. Hey, George, nice to see you doing well. Well, thank you, Otaku. Just remind me if that was you or not. It's about that says, wait, that could be taken out of context. Okay, let me point something out, guys. Let me point something out. I'm late always reading the comments, so you have to put a little bit of context within. Speaking of being out of context, that's out of context. I don't know what you wrote. I don't know. Bedtime with George. That's out of context. Violet says, hey, I didn't send you anything yesterday after your stream. This morning, girl. Oh, no. Yeah, the Charlie Kirk stuff. Yes, I know. I was speaking in general. Tosh Moss says, do you remember when the nearest McDonald's was a 3-hour drive away from Misawa? Yes, I do. I used to live. Here's context. I lived up in northern Japan, where there's a military airbase in a city called Misawa. There was no McDonald's. The closest McDonald's was in Morioka, and we would do, as an American group, my father at least, because I was a kid, they would call it a Big Mac attack, and they would go all the way to Aomori in like a caravan. And my dad always had this story he loved to tell. He's like, you know, you'd always get lost, so you stop at the gasoline station, and you know you're supposed to say, where is Mickey Dondu? He said, Mickey Dondu, every time. This story. Where is Mickey Dondu? And so I did it. And the guy was like, you mean McDonald's? That's his entire story. But I don't think I've ever been to the Morioka McDonald's because I don't think I ever wanted to go. I don't remember going. But eventually they built one in Shiroshita, Hachinohe, the Shiroshita area of Hachinohe, and it was like 30-ish minutes away. But now in Misawa, the last time I was there like 7-ish years ago, there's a McDonald's right across from the Sunday DIY shop. And here's the thing, it is the trashiest McDonald's I've seen in all of Japan. You know why? Run by Americans. Run by very tired military wives, I'm assuming, or military men just trying to get a little bit extra money after their shift. And the place was dirty. Like the tables weren't clean. There was fries on the floor. I ate there, of course, but it wasn't the same experience. I didn't order any smiles to go at the American McDonald's in Japan. There was a Burger King on base, though. It just wasn't the same, though. George, the next time Chew Wafers is on, can you grab a burger? That's funny. That's the whole meme now. It's Violet says, I'll let the Charlie Kirk thing go, by the way. It is what it is. The problem is with the Charlie Kirk thing is now the conspiracy theories have gone so far. I don't know what. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's like, okay, first it was a tranny, quote unquote, a tranny, and then there was bullet case. There started with bullet casing with transgender messaging, which, by the way, there ain't no transgender messing on those bullet casings. It's all, there's no messaging. Sorry. It was just ooh woo and stuff like that. Nothing on there was transgender based. Kyle, go look at it again. That was the first reports that were obviously just people trying to stoke the flame in your heart, Kyle, and you fell for it. You fell for it. You've gotten tricked. Guy wasn't transgender at all. I don't think the value of a human life should be based on their beliefs, says DJ Benjamin. Let me think about that. I mean, I've said as much here on the stream that you shouldn't be killed by due to an opinion, but should the value of your life be based on your beliefs? Wow. I think kind of we do that, though. We kind of do that, right? I was thinking of examples, but I thought I don't want to get into that. It's Violet says, yeah, George, listen to Benjamin. People like it when you say nice things about their hair, like mine. Ooh, that's rough, Violet. It's rough. It's rough. I wish I had your hair. It looks great on a man.
I feel you, Bo.
Sorry, I wasn't ready for I pushed a button and there was no sound. DJ Benjamin says, hair is one of the things people care the most about the appearance of because it's one of the most prominent things. Well, can I say something? I've got video of me at my class, singing class, and every time I bend over, it's like bald spot. I'm like, damn it. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's Violet says, I can't send him nothing. It has to be 100% effort, LOL. I have to formulate full dissertations for George's approval, LOL. Glaceon says, we love monologues. Hang on, where am I? DJ Benjamin says, it would be so I would be so starstruck if I met you, George. I'd want your autograph to all of my Japanese books. You know, the autograph thing's always been weird for me. It's always been weird. It's like, can I get your autograph on my textbook? Are we running like a linguist version of the Big Bang Theory? Like you want my autograph on a textbook? I've sent them before, but very, very rarely. I don't get why it's cool. Like, hear me out. I don't ask for people's autographs when I meet them. Like I've met Michael Keaton in the airport. Just said hi. Dave Chappelle was in the airport in line with me at immigration, not with me, but like further up with a skateboard, you know. And I just said, "Hey, Dave, love the show." That was it. I do have autographs from Japanese people, but only because they were doing autographs and I got it, you know. I don't know. I just don't get the autograph thing. When I used to do Anime Expo, people would come up with their book and they would ask for autographs, or they would buy a book. I'd have like a book there and they'd ask for the autograph. And I'm like, really? You want to ruin the resale value of this book? Just weird. Melanie says hi. Hi, Melanie. Glacian says, I hope to get to meet George in Japan. Would be poggers. I am planning on doing a meetup in Japan. I should set the day. Maybe we should set the day today. That way people can prepare, because we are about, I think, 3 days away from me leaving Korea. Melanie says, cool. Fingers crossed, Glacian. One day, Melanie, maybe in 2020s. Oh, you're not in Japan right now? Your loss. DJ Benjamin says, I'm always being compared to Sheldon Cooper. That's funny. Jack Feck says, would it feel better to sign your novel? Yeah, I feel, okay, good point. Yes. A novel is something that, yeah, that feels like, yeah, a textbook just feels weird because it's not just me who wrote it. Like me, my wife, Kanako was involved. So many people have had input. The novel's all me. All right, let's do our thing. I'm gonna jump into the Polyglot George. I was gonna say subreddit. That doesn't make any sense. Discord. I'm popping into general. You'll have to stop watching the stream when I do this. And now I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys the link. You should be able to get in. And we can just talk about general things in life. Maybe more about giving up, not your life, giving up things in life, like this Charlie Kirk stuff that just wastes my brain power all day long. Like, oh my God, maybe Charlie, the killer, he was actually very leftist, even though his family was completely Mormon, he was leftist. Maybe he was. Here's what I heard. He was a groiper. Me and Violet had this discussion. Basically, he was a Nick Fuentes guy. And maybe it was a Nick Fuentes murder. Yeah. Why do they make this difficult? If I copy, does this work? You let me know if this works. I don't know if this invite's still good. Someone let me know. Oh, anyway, I'm sitting in general if you guys want to talk about. Actually, you know what? If you want to talk about anything, I don't mind. Even if the topic swerves back to Charlie Kirk, that's fine. I will say this. I have rethought meeting my friend Yuki in Japan. When I found out she was a Trumper, I was like, I'm not going to meet you. I hate you. You're stupid. Now I'm like, okay, you know what? I can't do these live streams and talk about this level of stuff and not just like understand that she's got her point of view and it's fine, you know? DJ Benjamin says, I'm doing JFZ book 3 kanji lesson 5 right now. In fact, Melanie says, maybe stop watching US news outlets and switch to European ones. Way less drama, more actual news. Maybe I just don't care about the news. I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything. I can't react to it. Like, hear me out. Hear me out. If I never opened up the news, I would know that Charlie Kirk was dead, but that's would be where it ended, pretty much. And I would just look out my window at all these buildings, and I would just like zone into the reflections. I don't know. Look at the guy looking back at me when I'm naked at night. Those are things I would do. And then I would go outside and go to Shake Shack, and I'd again destroy my body with the cheese fries. I would just be living happy. You know what I'm saying? The only reason it matters to me is because people like me are being scapegoated for this shit. Yeah, well, I get it. I get it. But I ask you again, so you're being scapegoated. What can you do about it? I don't know what you can do about it. You can create a platform like Charlie Kirk had and speak to the issues. That's about it. You could run for office. And I've thought about that. I've thought, what if I run for office? I'm like, no, because I won't survive running for office. Number one, I've thought about this. What if I became president? Let's say through a miraculous thing, I became president without sucking anyone's dick. Sorry to be crude, but like, I always feel like if you become president, you've done a lot of back rubbing. You know what I'm saying? You don't become president because becoming president isn't just about the votes. It's about all the people along the way, like in the Democratic Party, which is extremely good old boy network. And then the Republican Party, which is like, I assume the exact same thing. Like, I really think both parties are bad. And I've never really been let down by the GOP because I don't vote GOP. I've only been let down by the Democrat Party. But anyway, hear me out. Let's say through a miracle of law, I became the president. Now, I'm in office. I've been trained on all the equipment, how the security works. And now the first people come in to talk to me. A guy named Jack Thompson. No, that sounds like a real name. Jeffrey Teffery comes in. And he's like, hey, man, you got to understand, manufacturing in America is suffering. We need to boost our manufacturing in America. We need to do $1 billion boosting the American tree production against coal factories, whatever. These are the people talking to me. So it's not like I'm talking to Violet or even Kyle. I'm talking to the guys that run the country, and they're telling me these are the problems. What am I going to do? Go, I don't think you know what you're talking about over at Ford. You need to make regulations against Chinese EV cars or they'll destroy all of our industry in America. Okay, let's do it. And that's what happens. The president gets into office and he's told all of these things. People are all in his ear that have all the money, and it's not just all the money. They literally are America. They're the large corporations that run America. Jeff Bezos is in there talking about how we got to do things with e-commerce to protect e-commerce. Now, is it self-serving for Jeff Bezos? Yeah. But as the president, you're like, yeah, he's American. And that's what would happen to me. That's exactly what would happen to me. And then I'd be on like Hello Talk, talking to a Korean girl, and she'd honeypot me, and then we'd be singing karaoke together, and she would make claims. You know, then we had sex all night long. I'm like, whoa. That was a song by Big Bang. I didn't bang you. That is not what happened. And then there'd be a scandal. That's exactly what happened with me. All the Korean girls that I've ever done anything with, they'd be in question. Every Japanese girlfriend I ever had, she'd be in question. All the tips I've had with my daughters would be in question. It would be so bad, man. The Super Sexy Sayaka show would come up, where I'm squirting a girl, where I'm squirting her with a water gun while she's dancing, doing word review, and then she falls down on the ground. You know, the part where I take her bra off, I know you think I'm joking, but we were writing kanji on the back, and she was in a bikini, Super Sexy Sayaka, and she gets on the ground, and I start pulling off her bra. This is 2004. Forgive me, okay? I was a different human being. And she goes, don't do it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And that's on video for someone to go throw up as a president. And she goes, you better put it back. You know, that's you know what I mean? This man is married with children. It doesn't matter that my wife was like in on all the planning, and she had like this great plan for the third show, which we never ended up filming, where the penalty game was sticking a banana into a jar of mayonnaise and eating it. Come on. What are the visuals on that? That's my wife's idea, not my idea. It would have been great. But Sayako was too flaky. She would never come to the filmings on time. And she kept getting drunker and drunker every episode. And I was like, I don't think I want to do this. So that's why I wouldn't be president, guys. Too many skeletons in the closet. And I promise you there's stuff I forgot about that it came out. I'd be like, oh yeah. Oh, that one time. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Server invite pending approval. Okay, dang it. All right, hang on. Oh, why would it ban user? What? Are you human being? Yes. Approve. All right, Jenny, you're in. Whoever that was. I've approved you. Welcome. Iglesias says, gotta head to bed. See you later, George. Thanks. See ya. Jack Fex, that would be much preferable than learning you were besties with Mr. Epstein. I do have a picture, not with Epstein, with, what was his name? The guy that used to run, what's his name? I could see his face. I talked about it before in the stream. I can't remember it right now. Maybe when I remember, I'll tell you. But like the moment that I went Republican in 2018 after watching a bunch of Steven Crowder, within a week, I was at Trump Tower watching like Trump Freedom Fighter for America video in a big ballroom with a bunch of high-level Republicans. And because I had friends in places that could get me there. And they're like, oh, you should come. And they invite, I was their +1 or something like that. I can't remember the guy's name though. I have a picture with him and I was like, oh, it's so great to meet you. You're a great guy. I was so sucked up in that world within 2 minutes of me watching some Steven Crowder videos. You'll join me here in a few. Well, I just approved Jenny, but Jenny's not coming in. Let me give you guys the link again. I don't know how to make it so you can just come on into the chat server. I want it to be just anybody can join. I have one question, literally, are you human? And you just have to answer that and then you get accepted in. I should have an auto acceptance, but I don't know. Looking forward to Japan. I really am. I have a time set to meet my friend Tim, the one that comes into this room, just says hi, never addresses any of the stuff that's happening. Never. We could be talking about anything. I was riffing on this last night when he called. I was like, yeah, I won't rehash it, but it was funny. It was like the worst thing that I'm saying, and he's like, hey George, just want to say, how's it going, boy? I'm running out of things to say, guys. Someone's got to come in and chat with me. Someone needs to feel bad enough to come in and chat with me. I've sent the link. It's right there. Last night, my friend Steph, she's I thought in my brain I remembered her as a second generation Korean, but she's like Chinese. And she's been here for, I thought 7 years, but she's been here for 11 years. 11 years. And I wanted her to hear my album because I've known her since before Korea. I've known her like in Vegas. She came to my original karaoke room. We hung out all the time, all of us as a group at the Las Vegas Korean meetup. And so I wanted her to hear my album, but I only have like this, I don't know where, this little tiny clip speaker. And so the album doesn't sound good to start, but it's nowhere near as good on this little speaker. But I still made her listen to every song, about an hour's worth. And I'm questioning that decision because it's got to be boring. I mean, it's really got to be boring to watch someone else's unfinished creation. I did make up for it. I made some music for her on Suno, and she really enjoyed it. She got teary-eyed at one moment because I made a song about her leaving Korea, and ChatGPT did the lyrics. These are songs that I do for fun. I do use ChatGPT because I don't want to spend like 2 hours writing lyrics, but it did a good job, enough to make her cry. Melanie says, I can't. It's the middle of the night and everybody is sleeping. Sad. But, you know, also as I'm listening to the album, it's apparent to me where I've made mistakes. You know what we'll do? Let's watch a little bit of my singing lesson because I do have all of the videos taken down now. We'll see if there's anything worthy. Give me a second. I gotta close these windows. Okay. All right. Yes, I've had 3 lessons so far, and just be ready. Just be ready. This teacher's really cool. Give me a second. I have to stop the music here. Okay. Move that over here. I gotta move a bunch of stuff out of the way, guys. Give me a second. Too much. I don't have enough screens. I only have 3 screens here. Okay. And where'd that go? It's right here. Okay. Here we go. Psst. Give me a second. Can't see anything anymore. Oh, that's interesting. That came over here. Over here. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm just going to show random. This is the weirdest thing. This is weird, guys. She's sticking my finger into my mouth. This is not some weird video, I promise you. She's explaining how I need to move my throat back when I'm singing, and she's doing it with this physical example of my finger.
납작해지면 안 돼요? 둥글 계속 둥그렇게 계속 서클. 자, 릴렉스 하고 다시 한번. 왜냐면은 이렇게 빠르게. 왜냐면 조지가 손 들어가면 둥글어. 근데 빼면 납작해져.
I'm telling you, man, we're dying. I'm dying so often in this class. Like, it's so fucking fun. It's so fun. Oh, man. But the whole time, like, I'm singing like an absolute retard. And I hate to use that word, but like, she's making me sing with my finger in my mouth. And so I can't close my mouth to form a word, you know? So I'm like, it's so bad.
아침에
네,
조금 물었는데
네.
높은 소리 못했어.
높은 소리 못했어요.
안 됐어요. 아 이거.
여기 앉으시고.
Okay, so here's where I'm blowing into a straw the whole time.
먼저
아직 많이 있는데 공기.
괜찮아요.
그
괜찮아.
한번
다안
내야
뱉어도
돼요. 내야 돼요.
어떻게?
해야 돼요. 해야 돼요.
아, no.
아니요.
그렇죠. 굵기.
So here I'm just imagining the sound in my head while blowing air into the cup.
음정이 올라가도 계속 부는 거예요. 자, 우리 다시 스타트로 돌아갈 거예요. Just breathe만 숨 쉬는 거. 일단. 그렇죠. 근데 일단 그렇죠.
It's the most surreal, stupid experience. It's such an adventure. Honestly, though, it's so fun.
그렇죠. 근데 보다.
Like, I don't think you know how intensely I'm concentrating on making this, like, trying to figure out how to sing.
오. 그러면 천천히 가볼게요. 세 번만. 굿. 잘했어요. 한 번 더. 응. 약간 이렇게. 그렇게 한번 해보세요. 다시 천천히. 시작. 그거예요. That's right. 이거 맞아. 이 느낌. 릴렉스하고. 그렇죠, 이 정도.
So I think in the second day, there's a little bit of singing, but
오케이. alright. 잊어버리지 않게
않게
이렇게
이렇게.
한다고 생각해요.
아하,
안 그래요?
그렇군요.
안 그래요?
잘 모르겠는데 이거 어쩌면
예의.
예의 지키는 느낌이지 않을까 싶긴 한데.
달라요.
얘네.
oh my god, the stomach stuff. Dude, the stomach stuff. Dude, the stomach stuff is so stupid. Okay, first of all, she's like, look at my stomach, like the flattest stomach on earth, like, and her shirt's revealing her midriff. And she's like, poof, 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 poof. All right, let me see if we have some of that.
내가 그렇죠. 더 많이 들어가야 돼. 그렇죠.
Like, look at how flat her stomach is compared to my balloon.
숨 다 없어질 때까지 쭉 그렇죠. 계속 그렇죠. 마지막에 배가 짜지는 느낌 나죠? 배 느낌? 요 느낌이 계속 always 살 때 always 들어야 돼. 그렇죠. 오 좋아요.
힘들어.
힘들죠? 힘들면 잘했다는. 소다가 more. more. 네, 다섯, 여섯,
Look at how flat her stomach is.
아홉, 잘했어요. 이거를
잘했어.
every day,
오케이.
every morning
세 세트 50개씩.
every day 해주면
통 소리 없어요? 아, 이 근육만.
I feel like she was gonna show me like multiple, like different parts of the body to do that for, but we've only done the one.
down.
다른 노래 없는 것 같아요.
So
할 때마다 진짜.
this is the I Love Japanese Girl song.
할 때 계속 굴기. 여기서도
컨트롤 없어.
It's funny because she knows exactly what I'm doing. Like I'm doing that, like da 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 da. Like, but it needs to be na 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 na. Like you need to like keep it a flow instead of like a staccato type thing. She's constantly checking the level of my bubbles.
다시. 그렇죠?
You can't really hear it.
그렇죠.
I guess she can hear it.
한번 해볼까요? 이거 잠깐 속도 유지.
This is frustrating. The whole thing is frustrating.
느낌 와요?
그 가성
그 후 올라가. 네, 모이 끝나는 것보다 모이 어가 길어요. 모이.
And the frustrating thing is like I don't know where I'm when she goes, 잘했어. I'm like, really? That was it? Like, sometimes I know. I do know sometimes where I hit it wrong. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I felt that. But when I do it right, I don't really know when I've done it right.
That's right. Go ahead.
I lose it here. And then there's these parts where she's like, okay, you don't want to be perverted here. Here, like perversion is where you have a lot of air, right? So she's talking about like, you go like, moi, but then there's moi, where you come forward with the air. And those are some of the hilarious parts of this too. I'm just laughing so hard. So I'm like, being perverted, that's my whole thing. What do you want me to do? I think the first day, if we go back, I just have her video for this.
I love Japanese girls, I know I do, I do. You love Japanese girls, of course you do, why wouldn't you? Ooh. 僕はアメリカ人と付き合って I love Japanese girls, yes I do, yes I do. I love Japanese girls, you bet I do, you bet I do. Ooh. When I was 12 years old, my mom took me to Japan. Well, I changed a lot, and I became a man. On the airplane there, I met a beautiful girl. She was the stewardess, but she rocked my world. Perfect specimen, like a Kokeshi doll. From the era of Showa, towering 6 feet tall. She served me well, bringing tea and chips. I wasn't really hungry, I just stared at her hips.
And I think this is like the bad version, like where I didn't know like how to do it, you know? But yeah, it's so fun, honestly. It's the most fun I've had.
됐다. Let's go. 조지 지금까지 했던 것 중에 소리가 제일 좋았어요.
지금 제일 좋았어요.
오지 않게.
잊어버리지 않게. 자, 우리 한 번만.
아마 제가 wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
That's amazing. I don't
Wow.
understand why I can do that.
와우, 빵
Wow.
먹었어?
Wow.
What I don't get is why do I keep walking back and forth? Like I'm pacing back and forth the whole time. I do this every time I sing, even karaoke. Like it's a weird thing that I do.
Wow. 밥 먹었어?
Yes.
밥 먹었어?
Yes, 거기에요.
너랑 같이 할까?
노래할까? 이렇게.
아, 나랑 했어. 나랑 같이 안 먹을래?
그거 좋아요. 자, 우리 들어봅시다.
같이 차 마실래?
같이 마실래?
마실래?
그쵸, 여기.
같이
입 마실래?
차 마실래?
마우스 딥 마실래?
마실래?
그렇죠.
마실래? 마실래? 저 가와이요.
들어보세요. 모이.
모이 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 모이.
마우스 딥.
모이 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 모이.
그렇죠.
모이 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 모이. 제가 하고 싶은 게 왜 이렇게 해? 저는 항상 왜 이렇게 해? 다 쓰면 된대.
Oh man, it's so fun. I mean that I have two more lessons with her. One tomorrow and then one I think the very next day. But hear me out. Hear me out. I'm gonna do more because I want to show you something. I'm gonna show you an edit I'm working on. We're way past that point with some of these sounds. Yes, it is very awkward. This whole situation is extremely awkward. Give me a second. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to load this. This is an edit I'm working on. It's been very difficult because I've had to pull clips from America. And it's taken me like a couple hours just to get to this stupid like 30-second intro that I have. This is going to be the intro for the singing lessons. My computer is locked up here. Okay, let's see. And this will be on the Adventures in Asia channel. Okay, here we go. In 2011, I discovered Korean girls. In 2011, I discovered Korea existed. And when Gangnam Style came out in 2012, I decided I had to go to Korea. And where else would I go but Gangnam? And here's the thing, I had a plan. I vowed that I would become friends with the biggest K-pop stars, but there was a problem with this plan. You can't make friends with a K-pop singer, they're too famous. But what if I became friends with a K-pop star before they were famous? What if I took K-pop dance lessons? They would know I was their true friend because I was there in the beginning. That's the intro that I'm working on with my K-pop dance lessons from 2013. That's where we are. That's the first version. That's the rough draft, guys. Jenny says, she adorbs. Yeah, honestly, she is so adorable. I legit am having so much fun with her. Like, her laugh, the way we just like, I'm telling you, like, a good 1 to 2% of the class is just breaking out in laughter completely. Because it's just, I don't know why, it's so fun, the whole thing. Did anyone ever come into the stream? Oh, Archis is here. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
This guy.
I was trying to be silent.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I was just enjoying the random memory back to. Honestly, it's gonna be fantastic memory, top 10 memory. I say that a lot. I think I say like top 10 friend, top 10 memory, top. I say that all the time. Like, how many top 10s do I have? So what are you doing?
Watching you stream. I just finished a bunch of my projects.
You know, I deserve that. I had that coming. Last night, Violet and I played. How long did we play StarCraft for? Like 2-3 hours?
Like 3 hours.
That was a blast.
My butt.
That last game.
Oh wait, no, that was my morning. Your evening.
Yeah, it was last night for me. You won. I think I beat you like 3 or 4 back to back, and then you destroyed me. And then we got destroyed by 2 gold guys.
And then we won.
But we didn't win them. We eventually had to like to wait a few minutes so we didn't get those guys again.
That was terrible. They were just so good.
Yeah, they were. I'm having a hard time getting my. Oh, am I offline? It's weird. It shows that I'm offline.
Well, there's a huge delay, so I won't be able to tell you for like 20 or 30
Oh,
seconds.
hang on. I think I'm back in. All right. I think I was looking at another day's stream. There we go. All right. I can see things again. The chat button, the chat keeps moving around when I do anything like this. was hoping more people would come into the chat room so we could talk, but I guess people don't come in unless there's something really interesting happening. We're not having any kind of
Like a
interesting
heated debate.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing happening for me right now is I'm debating when to move to my next Invisalign liner. Like, I'm already there. I could move, but I'm like, maybe I should wait till I get to Japan because I only need to wear them for 1 week. You know what I mean? So if I put them on in Japan, I'd just be like, this is the Korean liner that I could sell on eBay with a signature. Someone will definitely buy it. And then there's the Japan liner, which will go for like double the price. Easily. Chewy versus Daily Burger Dose. Yes, you want to say something?
I didn't send you any political stuff today, so it's all cool stuff. By the way, which you haven't looked at any of it, so I just wanted to set the record straight.
I mean, I just want to say, look, I only beat my wife last month. I didn't beat her this month at all. Yes, it's coincidental that I'm in Korea, so it's okay, right? Sorry, I didn't have a better example besides beating my wife because it's just such a ridiculous premise, me beating my wife. But I've heard that argument before. It's like, I only beat my kids on Sundays. It's not that big of a deal. You sent me a lot of stuff, though. You, Kyle, and Kathy were bombarding me. You from the left.
Bro.
Bombarding's a little bit over the top, me saying that. You sent me a couple things. Oh, if I open up TikTok right now and look at the stuff I haven't watched that you sent me, is it more than 4 or under or less than 4?
Well, that I don't know. I don't know what you've watched.
None of them. How many of you sent me of Charlie Kirk? Oh, you know what? We could check that out live. I can pop that up.
I sent you some cute girls playing pickleball.
Oh, did you? All right. Nothing weirdly private that I should be aware of when I show this, right?
Weirdly private?
Yeah, like George, that nude photo you sent me yesterday was amazing.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know what you sent me. I haven't seen it, so.
I know. Good God.
Dude, what is this my, no, this can't, am I logged in? I'm not logged in, okay. Let me show you what popped up on my For You page. I gotta keep missing that. How to make any PJSK fan instantly scream and cry and shit themselves. 100% success rate. I don't even know what PJSK is. Let me watch this. Because she represents the player and is dressed both mask and femme. It's cute. Is this supposed to make people lose their shit? Is this?
I don't know what that is.
PJSK. Don't you know PJSK? All right. Am I logged in? What user is this? I have a video uploaded. All right. Let me
it looks
log out.
blank.
No, there's a video there.
It's your burner account.
I don't have a burner account, which is interesting to me.
I know.
I can't remember how I've done this. Is it George at From Zero? Because I have my George Trombley account and I have my Japanese From Zero account. I think I always mix them up. Whoa. What does that mean? I'm really confused.
Well, I'm delayed, so I can't really.
Yeah, this looks weird. Wait. Oh, now it loaded. Okay, that was weird. Okay, so this is my Indeed George Trombley account. Watch this one, guys. Hang on. This is my first TikTok. Where is these? Hang on, I gotta stop this. Okay. Oh, sorry, my microphone was down pretty low right now. All right, here we go.
You know, it's not always about the ooh or the ara or the oni-chan. Sometimes it's just about the kimochi yamate.
Why does everyone do this wrong? It's kimochi-ii. You have to say the E part or you're just saying feelings. You're saying kimochi means feelings. Kimochi means feels good. Trust me, I've watched enough porn to know.
Okay. Oh, here's that video I just sent you of my kitchen that I was talking about. That's my kitchen. Okay. Let me get out of this account because I want to see what you have sent me. That's the whole goal right now. Again. Okay, here we go. Got to be this one. Okay, here we go. Let's see what you sent me. Will it show me? I don't even know if I can look at it in here. Active messages. Okay, you said 4, right? You sent me 4.
Yeah, but the first one you don't want to watch. That was a long
There's
one. That
58 unread messages from you.
What? Not from me? No, it's
Really? Not from the person named Archis?
you. So you mean to tell me you haven't watched a single video that I've sent?
I feel you, Bo. Yo, it's okay. How do I say this? I feel you, Bo. But you know what?
Wow.
Take the time to get to know yourself.
It says 2.
Like, understand the things you
Okay.
like and don't like. Because once you
Wow.
understand yourself, you know how to take care of yourself when you find the person for you. And I'm not gonna lie. Trying again won't hurt. Trying again won't hurt. Just don't give yourself away
Too fast.
too fast.
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
I watched all the things you sent me. You haven't watched a single
First of all, look, my
one.
wife has
Ouch.
sent me 3 things. I haven't looked at them. Your other account sent me 2. My daughter has sent me 2 things. That's reasonable. 2 things. 58.
I have 58.
58.
That's like since like the beginning. That means you haven't watched not one thing.
Okay.
Unless I sent it to your.
All right, which one of these?
Discord.
Okay, that's Illumina bot. Okay.
Oh.
Is this about Charlie Kirk?
No, I didn't.
I
We're not
lose
Charlie Kirk
sleep
right
over
now.
this, and I've always wanted to be in the company of a leading biologist to get in.
Or did I send that to you? No, you sent that to me. Here we go. Oh, cute girls
Yeah,
playing
watch the
pickleball.
one with the. Yeah, watch that one.
Let me show you how to flirt in pickleball. Wait, what? Nothing. Go on. There you go.
I approve this video. Wait, is that Yuna? Dude, is that girl Yuna? Hang on, this girl right here. I swear to God, there's another girl I used to watch.
What the?
Okay, they overdid it. Okay, is this Charlie? This is Charlie, right?
Okay, y'all. I want you to take a second and listen to what my guy here, Base Forge.
Okay, yeah, guys. Listen, I'm gonna introduce the video. I'm not important at all. Just watch this video.
Talking about. He's almost right. He's so close. It's just
So
listen.
close,
Just
guys.
listen, watch. But stay tuned to the end. to
Would you fucking get to your point already? It's 10 seconds in.
hear all the physics and explanation as to how it actually works. with
I'm
some
sure he'll do a good job doing that without you explaining it.
animations and everything.
This is Borobudur. It is in Indonesia. I always thought the
Like
simple.
9 minutes long. I told you.
I'm disappointed. Well, here's the one I sent to you. And to be fair, this is me sending you one on Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
To really
Yeah,
understand
you
the
did.
far right
To
brain
really understand the far right.
slop that went into the assassination of Charlie Kirk, we're going to have to understand Groypers. And
We're going to understand Groyper. That's because me and you were talking about Groypers and then this came up in my feed.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. 1.
When Israel started attacking Iran, he said,
Oh
"We
my
need to
God.
stay
Like if you're...
out of it."
Yeah.
But then when we got involved, he said, well, we need to stay out of it offensively because we were shooting down Iran's missiles. And then Trump said, we may have to bomb their nukes. And Charlie Kirk said, well, Trump always said we were going to bomb their nukes. He said they can never get a bomb. So we're okay with that offensive action. Then Trump did it. And the next day said on True Social, regime change comes from the bottom up. And Charlie
Yeah,
Kirk
man. So therefore, we need to shoot Charlie Kirk. Totally. Yeah. Man changed his opinion. Okay, that's
the
one.
Nepal one's. Did you know that when they Nepal overtook their government, they elected their new leader through Discord?
No, I did not know that. I like that concept though, but seems like it's not very secure.
Well, they just took a vote
Nepal
on it.
just
Is what they
elected
did.
their new prime minister through Discord, and this changes everything. Generation Z burned down parliament, overthrew the government, and instead of chaos, they opened Discord.
Instead of chaos, this is absolute chaos. They destroyed multiple important cultural significant buildings, killed hundreds of people, but instead of chaos, they chose Discord.
And there's a photo going around where they actually were flying the One Piece flag.
We live in the dumbest timeline, I swear to God. We really do. Like, you hear that, but like we do.
Over 145,000.
Chew says, Violet, you must be new. I stopped sending links to George forever ago, except today, but I'm not expecting anything.
Young Nepalese
Well, he
joined a
watches
server
some
called
of
Youth
them.
Against Corruption. They debated candidates.
Apparently, I have to
held
send them
polls.
through Discord or.
I do watch
phone.
those. Okay, so we've got one Charlie Kirk so far. Your account looks good. Here we go.
I wanted to jump on and add some quick gloss on recent events that might help folks who aren't plugged into the far corners of the internet make better sense of the motivations and actions of two major right-wing groups that are involved in the recent events. If you're looking at a swirl,
This is going to be the Nick Fuentes stuff, right?
I don't know which one I can't see
of
yet.
cryptic
A quick crash course in black pill acceleration.
memes and
This
trying
is where Nick Fuentes' group is pushing apparently MAGA is not far right. There is a more far right group, and that's run by essentially Nick Fuentes. So they will stack people at the conventions, or at the Change My Mind stuff where Charlie Kirk was, and keep pushing the agenda further and further, asking him much more far right questions to make him look weak on the issues.
to reverse engineer a motive, you're going to misread this story. What looks like politics is often subculture. What looks like a manifesto is sometimes a dare wrapped in a joke, wrapped in a void. Two families on the right keep getting mashed together in coverage. There's the mainline far-right Christian nationalism.
See, this is just too much, man. Like, I get it, but this is so deep down the hole of, wow. Like, it's interesting, but, like, what can I do with this information?
Yes, indeed. And it was 2 days before his assassination. And I find
okay. The Ben Shapiro interview is interesting. Yes, indeed. Can we show what it was?
Ben Shapiro's facial expression even more interesting.
Okay, this is where we read into everything.
We've pushed back against the media on COVID, on lockdowns, on Ukraine, on the border. So like, maybe we should also ask a question. Is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? Just a question, you know, that maybe we shouldn't believe everything the media
I hate Ben Shapiro more than I hate the gutter oil that they put in food in China sometimes. I really hate this guy.
says, because I know I've been conditioned to ask a lot more critical questions over the last couple of years. So, Ben, some people would accuse Israel of wanting to ethnically cleanse. Some people in the Israeli government are saying, again, it's all over the place, right? You have opinions all over. In your opinion, what would a good outcome 5 years from now be? And how
can you hate Charlie Kirk? He's actually really intelligent in asking this question, the way he's asking it. Rhetorically, I said that, I guess.
How does one respond to the claims of ethnic cleansing?
And not only that, he even questioned the Israeli government's reaction on October 7th.
I've been to Israel many
told you
times.
about
The whole
this in the
country's a fortress.
conversation.
When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15.
See, I thought the same thing too. How did they get in to kill all those people? You know, if it's not like similar to, you know, us allowing Pearl Harbor almost, you know, I don't know if that's the truth, but there's accusations that we allowed Pearl Harbor so that we could get into the war.
Or an automatic machine gun.
Well, I
That's an
hadn't heard
IDF
about that.
soldier. Right?
You never heard about that? That they knew
No.
the Japanese were coming, but they let it happen so that we could have a precursor to go to war with Japan, because we were neutral until that point.
Yeah,
The whole country is surveilled. And so let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel was on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu was basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration, right? He said
That sounds so familiar. Huh. Almost like Trump's doing the exact same thing in America.
judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Netanyahu now has an emergency government and a mandate to lead. I'm not willing to go so far that saying that Netanyahu knew or there was intelligence here, but I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? Was there a stand down order? 6 hours?
Good question.
I don't believe it. Israel's the size of New Jersey. When I took a helicopter ride from Jerusalem to the Gaza border, it's 45 minutes. Wow. 6 hours. They're live streaming the killing of Jews. Did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate, non-conspiracy question. The whole
every time I see Charlie Kirk speak, I like the guy. You know, almost like 99% of what he says is so logical to me. How can you hate this guy? All right, what is that, 2? We up at 2? Here we go, 3.
A lot of y'all like to hide behind the veneer of nuance in order to mask atrocities that you either fundamentally believe in or not opposed enough to because they do not directly affect you. And I would like to eliminate all of that. I would like to pull that away from you for a moment to offer this. Instead of saying Charlie Kirk had ideologies or beliefs that I didn't agree with, but that doesn't mean he deserves to die, I want you to say what the beliefs are. I challenge you to do this because I challenged an old coworker / boss of mine to do this back when I used to do canvassing work, and we were talking about Black Lives Matter. He had said to me, you know, I support the movement, but I can't get behind what the movement is about if you all are going to block traffic. Right? This is a person who canvassed against deportations, against ICE raids, and against all these other things. This is back in like 2017, right? This is a person who was fundamentally against all those things. And he said, I can't get behind the movement. And I said, what is the movement? And he's like, what? I'm like, no, say the movement. Say what the movement is. He's like, well, you know what the movement is. I'm like, no, say what it is. Say, I can't get behind black people not getting killed by police if they're going to block traffic.
That's a good point.
That is what the movement is. Say the movement. Don't be vague. Don't be vague. You don't get to be vague.
Okay, but now let's do it with Charlie Kirk.
Don't be vague. Don't be vague. Don't be vague. Don't be vague. And he shut down. He couldn't fucking say it. Because if he had said the sounded, I went that way, fine. But instead of going, Charlie Kirk had different beliefs, say, Charlie Kirk believed that gay people deserve to be stoned to death, but that doesn't mean he deserved to die.
Hear me out. Where was that clip? Like, I have not seen that clip. That's the one I've been waiting to hear. No one on the left has.
Haven't been looking.
Well, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying no one is. I haven't seen it in all the clips. That's the worst thing he said from what I've heard. Like, that's the one I'm like, wow, yeah, that's. Of course, that is the Bible, and I hate the Bible. I hate anything from the Bible, pretty much. Sorry, there's like shouldn't kill people. Jesus had some good quotes, but that part of the Bible I don't like.
Say that. Type it in the comment section.
No, seriously, if he had said that, that's a good point.
Type, Charlie Kirk believed that the civil rights movement was a mistake, but that doesn't mean
that was a way more nuanced thing that he said.
Deserve to die.
And he was wrong. He was wrong on it too. Like, he was definitely wrong on that, because the way the Civil Rights Act came about, from videos that I've seen explaining it, it made sense. It had to be done that way, even though what Charlie Kirk was saying was nuanced and made a little bit of sense to me. I was like, okay, but boots on the ground at that time, it couldn't have come out that way, right? It had to come out the way that it did.
Charlie Kirk said that women aren't good for anything but breeding and they don't deserve human rights.
Did he say that?
No, he didn't say that. This is definitely.
He said Charlie Kirk.
But
said
He
women
did
aren't good for anything but
advocate for
breeding. He
women-
said that? See,
Well, he didn't say that verbatim, but he
well,
did-
granted, what did he say though? That's the problem. Half of these people don't know a
I
single
had
thing
it
Charlie
saved.
Kirk said or stood for.
He was
They just know they're
essentially
supposed to be
saying that,
mad.
like women should focus on raising children, essentially.
Okay, again, that's a religious doctrine
Yeah,
thing.
but-
All right.
Yeah. Still misogynistic though.
Charlie Kirk's form of Christianity is a form of white supremacy by which I have a theory that in America there are two types of main Christianity. One worships Jesus, the other worships white supremacy. And the reason why I can back this up is because I did my undergraduate.
Okay. Oh, this one got deleted. I'm assuming it's a Charlie Kirk one. So this is like number 5, number 4, I think, number 6.
Sorry, I can't leave this alone. 30-06 is a monster fucking
Well,
rifle.
we talked about this.
Yep. I know we
And-
did, but I'm showing it to a stream right now.
If somebody
Which has a lot of people have lost interest, but it's historical at this point.
were to have been in the, it would have ripped that apart.
Yeah. All right, and I think we're past it. Hey, maybe okay. Oh wait, nope. I'm sorry. I thought we were. No, this is number 7.
Like a fraternity guy and a sorority girl at age 19 hooking up, both 5
Oh, I
drinks
talked about this one online.
in at 2 a.m. and all of a sudden she like removes consent. Yeah, like that's a murky middle gray area. And excuse me, when
She
I say
still removed consent, did she not?
okay, but again, the
If he
po-
continues to go onward with that encounter.
That's 6 or 7, Violet.
I'm just looking at what you sent. You sent me 7 Charlie Kirk videos as well.
Well, I told you I'm a hypocrite. I said it yesterday.
the point is that it's so materially insane to think that 1 in 5 American women will be raped in their life.
It is, I agree.
No, meaning that they're lying about being raped, that they're lying about being sexually assaulted. The point is
That is a bullshit thing to say. Holy shit, bro. How the fuck do you know? How do you get a statistic that 1 in 10 women are lying, or you know what I mean? That's such a shitty thing to say.
I agree. It should be
Yeah.
public and to a public square.
By the way,
I've seen this one.
You could
Force
fund the
kids
government
to watch it.
You could have like brought to you by Coca-Cola, and no, I'm not kidding. By the way, I would totally tune in to see some get their head chopped off. And you know what? I want to watch that.
I mean, that's just a dumb opinion that he has. That comes down to opinion. That one's deleted.
Oh, he was. I think he'd also
Unfortunately, in the
said
black
that he thought
community,
children
dads
should
are the
watch.
most absent of any.
No, I remember. I've seen that.
Community. About 2/3 of all black youth will be raised without a stable father around, and I know it's crazy, right? And that little precious angel of yours deserves to have.
You sent this one to me as a negative one because I sent this to someone as a positive one.
I don't know which one you're looking at right now.
It's where he's talking
Oh
to
no,
the
those
woman.
are just my comments. No, those are the ones you sent me, and I was just.
Oh, I sent this to you. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. I did have a slight problem with this one though. Like let's say that the facts that he gave are true, that so many black families don't have fathers. There's a reason for that. Systemic racism got us that, because they were getting arrested for nothing, right? Petty crime shit, sent to jail for like really
Fucking
long
while being-
terms.
Driving while being black.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then on top of that, there wasn't enough opportunity for black people. So there were people that naturally just gravitated towards crime. There are people that did crime. And then when you're raised in a system where your father's a criminal, that's the role model that you have. Either he's not there or or he's a criminal, and you see that. And then the people around you all have that same issue. So you form a gang to support each other. And then in that gang, you do things to hustle and make money. And I'm not saying this is black people. This is anybody in that situation. You can be white and have this exact same situation happen. And if you have this generation after generation where fathers aren't there, fuck yeah, that affects you. It would make you, you're starting out in a negative system. And on top of that, you're doing things to make it worse because of your situation. But white people, they're buying a house, and when they're, when they're 30, their mother dies and they inherit the house, and their father built a printing business and they inherit the printing. Like there's a lot of like generational wealth happening over and over. My daughters are going to they're going to earn all of my hard work, right? Now imagine I wasn't able to build a company, or I wasn't able to do that because I was black, or because there was some racism against me, or I wasn't able to buy properties because of redlining. You know, I couldn't get a loan. I mean, of course, man.
Yeah.
I wish my father would have understood that when I was talking to him. I mean, a long time ago, we had a big fight, but he came around
A
eventually.
lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
DC is majority black, but black experience in DC is completely different from black experience in the South. So if you're going to stereotype a black person, you can't, because black people, I would say people everywhere, a white person from the North is different from a white person from the South. So it's about talking to people and learning different perspectives, and I think the removal of DEI doesn't do that.
What DEI means in practice is the vehement, hostile treatment of white, straight men to no longer be in institutions and to be actively discriminated against. You don't have to agree on that, but that's what it looks like in practice. Are you allowed to make fun of white men or black people more easily in America?
You shouldn't do either.
Which one will get you fired?
Making fun of a black man.
Okay, so, but what if you make fun of a white person? Will that get you fired?
It could get you fired too.
Probably not. Actually, it'll probably get you a professorship at your local university. You know I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, I know.
What I'm getting at is that the influence of DEI have actually inverted the piety away from the promise of what MLK said, which was race blindness, towards race obsession. What you are talking about is very admirable, which is understanding people's backgrounds. We're just going to I'm not even disagree. I don't necessarily have time to build out what DEI has meant in practice. And what the problem with DEI is, it's taken a lot of well-meaning people like you and then taken you along to support it, when in practice it's something completely and totally different. But here is something I will encourage you to do as a Christian. Care less about people's shared racial experience and look at them instead of just as their soul, as God made them. We should try to strive towards a blinder race nation.
Why did you all got on that?
I hate that.
You hate looking at people not for their color?
It's what he's. I hate the concept of not being blind to color. It's.
Why?
Trying to think of the words I want to say. It's essentially saying like it's not inclusive. It's not fully seeing people for their experiences and for who they are. It's like saying like, oh, like I have black friends, I'm not racist. It's kind of along the same lines. Because by refusing to understand and listen to people who are different than you and just say, oh, I don't.
He's not saying don't listen to people, because he's saying when you're judging a person for a job, it shouldn't be based on their skin, of the color of their skin, whether they're white or black.
That's not,
and DEI was pushing the opposite way.
About DEI. That's him talking about DEI. What he's talking about is race blindness, and I don't like that because I can't think of the word. It's like diminishing or demeaning of people.
Almanac says, notice that he has not answered her point, just running off on a parallel sounding tangent, and said, yeah, I don't know. I've always thought that when you apply for a job, like in Japan, you have to submit a picture. In Korea, also, you have to submit a picture when you apply for a job. I'm like, why? You looking to see if the person's cute? Like, what does that matter? Are they qualified? I think I want to take this blindness thing a little bit further. I think when you apply for a job, no photo, no name, no sex, just the qualifications. What can you do? Because if you give a name, sometimes you'll know the name is Monique or something like that, or Shaniqua, and you're like, oh, they're black, and then you can deny based on that. Like, how about we just choose people literally based on their qualifications? And not because of a quota. Because I understand what DEI was doing too, but I agree. Like, it shouldn't be purposely put people in and push other people out. I hate that. But in reality, it was happening.
People out. You still have to be qualified. You know, so if you have like 3 candidates, you know, and one of them's black,
Then
chances are
the advantage was that person got in.
Statistically, the black person wouldn't get selected, and that's where the DEI comes in place. Like that person has to still be equally as
But
qualified.
maybe DEI could have been, you don't allow people to put that stuff on their paper, that they're white, black, what their name is, just show the qualifications. Then it's truly blind. Because right now,
but I don't think what he was talking about, the race blindness, was particularly that. Because he's mentioned that before.
yeah. Well, I just think it shouldn't matter, honestly. It shouldn't be part of the process.
In a way, that's what DEI is. It shouldn't matter. But because
I understand the intention, because you're trying to erase all of the years of opportunities not being afforded to black people. And I get it. Like, and honestly, if I was in office, I might have even voted for it, because it does sound like a great idea. I don't know enough information to say it's not. But I do hate the concept I do hate the concept that if you have 3 people, relatively similar qualifications, the only thing that pushes them over the top is that they're black. How is that any different than what we were doing in the past with white people? You know, it's like racism doesn't fix racism.
That's the pushback because of racism. Because I know it's very rampant in our country, unfortunately. And unless you're a straight white guy, you know, no one fucking cares, honestly.
No one cares about what?
About
DEI?
you. When it comes to business, you know, unless
you're half Filipino. Do you
like
have you met a lot of racism?
This is why there's a whole reason why a lot of companies will say, oh, it's women owned, or it's black owned, or it's this or that, because white men on top in business, it's pretty racist.
White men on top is racist? How is that racist?
White men running businesses.
How is that? I built my company. I'm a white man on top. How is that racist?
No, that's not what I said.
You said white men on top is racist. You said that.
No, I said they're racist.
What? Say it again. Say it again. I must have heard you. I must have heard you wrong. Start from fresh.
Okay, so there's a reason why companies that are women-owned, they'll say woman-owned company, they'll say black-owned company, they'll say, you know, whatever owned company. It's to differentiate themselves, because statistically, you know, just because Caucasians make, you know, the larger population, it's typically a white man that's in charge of a company. So that's and it tends to be very racist.
The company tends to be racist?
Yes. I mean, like,
because there's a white man. Because there's a white man.
Every year I have to go through. Every year I have to go and take like a course that's just on repeat. Every company I've ever worked for, there's like, you have to get trained on how to not be a racist piece of shit.
Okay.
Because it's gotten that bad. Yeah, and I know you run your own company,
Hang
but
on,
like, I'm
because
talking
it's
about,
gotten
like, in
bad.
terms of,
Like, but where are
corporations
they
and
getting
stuff.
that data from? Are you sure they're not just like covering their ass to make sure that they don't get sued for being racist down the line?
Well, I mean, I can't randomly pull a study, but there have been studies.
Like
I mean,
I've
that's
had the
whole
same
reason
training
why
when
we
I do real estate. It's the same training. It's like, you can't redline. You can't take you can't take people to a Chinese neighborhood because you think they'd be happy there unless they specifically request that you go. You got to show them an equal amount of neighborhoods. You can't judge based on their ethnicity or the color of their skin or their religion. There's so many things you can't do, you know. So I get that, but I don't think it's. I think it's because we've learned our lesson.
The work culture within large companies in the United States has statistically been racist and misogynist. I mean, if you really want, I can go try to find some studies and give them to you. But I mean, it's
I'd like to see them.
This is just something that's been going on.
I'm
for a
not
very
saying
long
that's
time.
not true. I mean, I'm aware of it. I mean, look at the 50s and the 60s, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Women were,
Yeah.
and I've seen it in Japan. Japan, extremely sexist. So I get it. I know it exists. But I don't think you can just say a white man on top of a business is statistically going to be racist. That hurts. That's like when my daughter said only white people can be racist. I'm like, really? No. I've had racism in
No.
Japan. Well, that's different,
I
Dad.
disagree. I disagree with that. Anybody can be racist.
Amanok says, can we say no gender instead of no sex? It makes me sad. Chewafer says, considering how accessible social media accounts are through job applications, your social media account is more than enough to sway an employer's decision in their getting racial info regardless. Amanox says, because it advertisement to people with similar viewpoints to Violet. I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah, that's also another reason why people say, oh, it's a woman-owned company. It's to attract women consumers.
Well, you know that it's easier to get a loan if you're a minority-owned business. At least it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't that seem weird? Why is it harder for a white guy to get a loan? Am I not working hard enough? Like, am I less of a person than a black person or a race or my wife?
Again, if we want to pull up statistics, statistically, white people are the ones with the overwhelmingly have.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean okay. Look, I get it.
No,
I'm telling
right.
you, I get that.
On a case-by-case basis.
I'm not
yeah,
racist.
no,
Hear me out. Like I get that, but it seems weird to say because we've been racist to black people in the past, we should now be racist to white people to even up the score. I never had slaves. I understand the impact, and I actually I wanted reparations for black people. I feel like they should get something because they didn't get the generational wealth. But why in our quest to make a perfect world are we going to say, well, this group of people, they've had it good enough. Therefore, anyone now coming into the business, like my son, if I had a son, he creates a company and they're like, sorry, there's just we can't give you a loan.
I mean, we could revisit like what you were talking about with when you were pointing out the systemic racism, and how minorities are disadvantaged when it comes to opportunities and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of along.
But why does it make it okay to now make white people a disadvantage? That's what I'm saying.
It's not making them disadvantaged typically.
It is though. It's choosing someone based on race. It's literally excluding white people in certain situations. Why can't it just be, this is the better, loans. Are they not being denied? How much money is there to give out? I'm saying, why can't it just be, oh, this is the better business plan. This black person or this Asian person or this half Filipino person, they have a better business plan than this white guy. Or actually this white guy is a better plan. Not, well, we need a quota of diversity this month. I think that's why DEI was so hated.
This is kind of like one of those
unfair.
things. Okay, this is like one of those things. Like, why do we have the ridiculous instructions on shampoo bottles or Tide Pods? Like, don't eat Tide Pods. It's because at some point someone ate Tide Pods. We have these types of things in place because there has been enough racism within the 21st century that it's gotten to a point where it's like, okay, well now no one's changing. It's getting better, yes, but it's at a very slow rate getting better. Nobody's changing, so we're going to force the change.
But don't you think the forcing of the change shouldn't be, all right, guys, now it's okay to discriminate against another race? Wouldn't it be, you can you can no longer discriminate based on race. If we come in and we audit your books and we find out that there was objectively a better business plan that you, in the same period, that you rejected over 2 other business plans purely on race, you're going to get fined. Now that's equal. Now it's equal footing. Do we have to do we have to insult people of other races and say you're not smart enough, so we're going to give it to you based on your race? It's insane.
You make it sound like you make it sound like white people are getting turned down for loans, and they're not.
I mean, I don't know.
And I'll tell you,
I
the
don't know.
difference is probably pretty negligible.
I mean, probably, to be fair.
It's probably really nothing to argue over.
Probably.
But I mean,
But the
if
concept itself
2%
is what we're
helps-
talking about, right? It's like,
right. I mean, look at scholarships. Like, there's scholarships for literally everything. Like, I mean, are you gonna complain about those? Like,
yeah, actually, it's interesting. It's interesting that you can have you can have scholarships for all races, but not the white person scholarship. Even though you could argue every scholarship up until now has been for white people, but it's not like
where I work, they did a special thing where they were purposely giving low interest business loans to small businesses.
okay.
Does
Sounds
that
nice.
mean that they're discriminating? I mean, like, would you argue that they're discriminating against large businesses?
Oh my God, are you really gonna do that?
Yeah.
A
Like,
small
why are they
business,
giving?
a
Why are
small
they?
business is
Why
not
are they
rated.
giving a small?
Are you?
Why
Are
are
you?
they giving
Are,
a small business a low interest?
bro, that is the
loan,
weakest
not the large?
argument I've
No, it's
ever
not.
heard.
It's kind of
Oh,
it's kind of
we're gonna
insane.
base skin color versus the size of the business.
because going back statistically speaking, I know you hate that, but
I do.
that's why they base a lot of this stuff on statistics. Statistically speaking, a minority is more likely not going to have the ability to afford or get loans or start businesses versus someone who, and again, obviously there's outliers, and that's why you can't entirely go by statistics all the time, but typically speaking, I mean,
Well, okay,
let's face it, like,
okay, all right. Hear me out. I agree, but it shouldn't be. These are loans specifically geared towards a certain race. It should be. We're looking at a certain strata
you
of.
have that?
Let
Like,
me finish that.
I've never seen that.
Well, that's what DEI was proposing, right? It was bringing in more
Not
people.
bank loans.
Wait, let me look at, maybe sure I was seeing DEI definition. Maybe I'm just wrong as shit.
Well, if we're talking about DEI, that's that's way different.
That's what what's what we have been talking about. I'm saying,
But,
why not
okay,
make
tell me if
why not make
historically-
loans? Hang on, why not make loans based on people with a credit score of 630 and under? We're going to give you a special, and yeah, the interest is a little bit higher, but if you come in for this loan and you qualify,
kind of the same thing.
what'd you say?
It's kind of the same argument.
To be fair, I don't think we've been giving loans based on
Are we
race
talking
for
about
fucking.
loans? Are we talking about DEI or are we talking about loans? Because it seems like you.
Well,
wanna talk about
I
DEI.
went to loans. I don't know how we got to there, but I don't think we've been doing that anyway for a long time in this country. And I don't think any company in 50 years has had a policy to hire black people or white people. I don't think so, unless they're like the NAACP or something like that, where that's their whole mission
Well,
statement.
I mean, I know we've had that conversation of that you've been kind of a little disconnected.
No, yeah, I have never applied for a job in my life.
Right. So, unfortunately, it's racism is still a problem.
Oh my
when
God.
It comes to
Let me read this definition. And right away, I hate the definition. Hear it out. Hear me out. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are organizational frameworks aimed at promoting fair treatment and full participation of all individuals. Let's just stop there. But now they're going to add this, especially those historically underrepresented or discriminated. So you can't say it's fair treatment for all individuals, especially a certain group of other people. That's so shitty when you think about it. It's like immediately contradicting itself. It should have stopped at all individuals, regardless of their race, blah, 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 blah. Diversity refers to the variety of identities within a group. Okay, I guess the word diversity. Okay, diversity does have a specific meaning to it, right? We want to be diverse.
and inclusion.
Right. But it's interesting how that could lead to, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to think about this. Focusing on the fairness and justice and
Okay,
inclusion,
so-
emphasizing creating a culture where everyone feels valued. And yeah, I'm fine with that.
I will say, okay, hold on. I will say that in order for, let's say you apply to a job and you don't get it. Let's say you're a person of color, right? And you don't get the job. in order for you to actually file a claim against the company, you absolutely have to have like rock solid evidence. So it's not like you know, they have to hire you because of this, but if you don't get the job, like the claims, it's not like an easy process or anything. So there's a lot of like rules and regulations that surround it essentially, but what it's supposed to do is, again, so if you have one or two candidates, they're all equal. Now, if you have a white guy who's obviously a little better than all of those three candidates, he's probably going to get the job. But the point is like statistically speaking, let me change it. Historically speaking, if there's two white guys and a black guy,
I'm not opposed to statistics.
one of the white guys historically is going to get picked just because of the systemic racism.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that. I don't know if that's the case today.
Let me put it in another way. Think of it, since you don't like it, it's like a necessary evil. You know, it's like something we have to have.
No, I know. The world's not fair. I know. And it's the way that America works, that the pendulum swings one way, it swings back the other. Almanac says,
so
please.
DEI is not just race. It could be for women. It could be people with
Okay, that's what Almanac was bringing up. He says, you keep assigning race as a DEI factor. It's supposed to be.
That's why I brought it up.
You brought it because you saw that?
Yeah.
You stole my thunder?
Well, because we were focused on the race, but it's like literally anyone that would fall into a marginalized group.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all in all, like I said, I probably would have voted it in too. I mean, I get what it's trying to do, but you can't sacrifice actual equality though, you know what I mean? Or actual equity.
Well, but like I said, like these people who are getting picked because of that, like they absolutely have to be qualified. So like Charlie Kirk's example with the pilot, like they're not just going to hire some guy because of his color or
that was disingenuous. That was disingenuous.
He has to be qualified, you know. So it's just like a little nudge is all it is.
Chewayfer says,
because if you're not qualified, you're not qualified.
The fact that I agree with that. The fact that a nebulous interpretation is possible is more than enough for a successful hijacking attempt. It can be exploited by mean-spirited people based on convenient semantics, the same as most other political language. LOL. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it's a complicated issue, right?
It's very complicated.
Yeah, but to me, like when I see them eliminating all this DEI stuff, it does to me look like the quote unquote right. You know, they're like trying to avoid the ability to have to be inclusive. It's such a dumb fucking position. Why would you not want to be inclusive? Why would you be against equity and diversity? It seems so dumb in the end. Like I've never thought of race when I'm hiring a person. It's just, well, can you do the job? That's always what I've thought.
Well, yeah. And that's wonderful. I mean, but not everyone's like you.
I don't know. Maybe I'm optimistic. I feel like there's a lot of people like me out there. I don't know. I feel like, is there enough that aren't there? Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, our whole country is filled with racism, right? Yeah. The whole country has been in strife over race, and not just race, but
and it's not.
But let's say it mostly is race that's the problem,
answer, right?
What'd you say? Yeah, it's not the perfect answer.
It's not the perfect solution, but I mean, if without it, I mean, people would just continue to get.
I think at least it makes people think, right? It makes people think, hey, we need to. You want to know something funny? This is like, I think it's like 20 years ago, maybe 26 years ago even. So I was hiring a teacher, right? And I'd read a book on, I bought, I swear to God, Human Resources for Dummies. And I read the book. and they said, you can't discriminate based on a woman's pregnancy, right? So that was in my mind. And the girl walks in, she's like 9.5 months pregnant and has her children with her.
Oh, this is going to be good.
And her dog. And I go, I guess I got to hire her. I did. I hired her.
I have a story.
Yeah.
So when I used to do graphic design and whatnot, I did apply to this sign shop. And now, mind you, a lot of the graphic design can be managed remotely. I don't, there's really no reason for anyone who's doing graphic design to work in-house. But anyways, I applied for this sign shop. I was overqualified for it, but I was just looking for a job. I even lowballed myself, and his takeaway was, well, you're pregnant. What's gonna happen? And I was like, well, if it works, I can work remotely, or I can come in, I can get a baby. It's like, it's not the end of the world, but the fact that he just immediately jumped to the conclusion that I was going to automatically be taking time off, without even further discussing, like, he ended up not hiring me. He ended up hiring someone else. And then the irony was 2 months later, that person fucking flaked on him. And then he reached out to me and I told him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, good on you, because that's a big problem in Japan. At least it was 30 years ago. I don't know if it is now, but I literally was in meetings where they would talk about not hiring women because they're eventually going to get pregnant and quit. So they didn't want to invest in those women. I've seen that in Japan, and I thought that was pretty horrible. But my teacher worked out really great. She had her baby, but she kept coming to class. It was fine.
Yeah.
It just, I should have not hired her. I should have not hired her because she brought her dog to the interview. Like, it was the most dumbest.
That's just weird.
Way to get an interview. Like, dog, her 2 children, and she was pregnant. Like, she was literally gonna. If her water had burst on my carpet there, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Honestly, that's just kind of crazy.
The sad thing too.
Questioning.
The sad thing is, she actually called me and my wife for help one day. Her husband had kicked her. She was still pregnant. Kicked her in the back. And then we called the police, and the police surrounded the house. And it was this whole big deal. This Japanese woman, right? And she's still with him today.
Wow.
20 years later. It's the sad. I mean, where else is she going to go? I get it, but that is sad. Yeah, it's so sad.
It's very sad.
Because she was a smart girl. Not smart enough to leave, but I get it. Like, what are you going to do?
Leave.
I know. But fuck, you got 2 kids with the guy. I mean, I can see the difficulty of her situation. It's like, she's pregnant with the guy's next, kid. I don't know. Maybe he was having a moment and she forgave him, but I don't know. I don't think I've never kicked my wife in the back. It's always the face. Like, I make sure. George is joking about abusing his wife. That's the 2nd time in the stream. I'm just joking, guys, because it's so ridiculous to think that I would abuse my wife. I did punch my wife once. I'll freely admit that.
Did you really?
I did. So my back went out.
What?
Hear me out. My wife still jokes about it with me this day. Hear me out. There's reasons why you punch someone in the face. Come on. So my back went out, and I was in massive pain, and I couldn't get out of my chair. So my wife, she got underneath my arm and she was pushing up, and she pushed up too fast, and I just reacted. I was like, ah! To stop her because the pain was so intense. That's how I punched my wife. You feel like you can understand that, right? That was like a primal instinct to stop the pain.
I made the mistake one time of my husband's very ticklish on the top of his knee, and I grabbed the top of his knee while he was in the middle of doing something, and he just had a reaction.
True Wafer says, Violet is laughing while dialing the police. Dude, that day was so bad for me. So my back was like gone. Like, I was in so much pain, but I had to go. Like, she was trying to get me out of my chair so I could go to the bathroom. That's what it was. I had to take a poop. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the toilet. I pooped, and then I could not get off the toilet. So my wife brings me this stool that she uses because she's short, and so the stool is now in front of the toilet, and I lean down. I put my hand on the floor, and I kind of like shimmy off the toilet, right? By the way, she wiped my butt even for me. It was like, she's a great wife. That's how bad this was. And then now I'm on the stool like a turtle. Like, I cannot get off. And I had to have her call the ambulance. But I'm sitting there ass naked, right? And so she works my shorts on. And then 4 guys come into the house and lift me off of the stool, and they take me to the hospital. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why, like, that's what I always think true love is. Like, wiping someone's butt is absolutely the definition of true love. If you need to wipe someone's butt and you do it because you love them no matter what, that's love. Like, think about your children. How many times have you wiped their butt? That's love, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't just do, you don't pop a pimple for someone, you know what I mean, that you don't love, unless you're one of those people that likes
Yeah.
to pop pimples. I'll tell you what though, man, the morphine shot that I got at the hospital was the greatest thing. Oh my God. Morphine is insanely good. I had no pain. I was happy. I was rejoicing. And then they prescribed me pain pills, but it was I forgot what it was. It wasn't one of the oxycodone type, like the actual good shit. It was hydrocodone, or it was something that was like fake.
Oh, okay.
It didn't do anything for me, and I was like, I didn't want, like, it's not like I was looking for a fix, but I wanted more of the morphine. I wanted more of the morphine. That cured me. I would take whatever they gave me, and like literally, it was just like a placebo effect of anything.
Yeah.
Didn't help me at all.
Almax said a comment. I have an answer to that.
Well, hang on. That's not how a live stream works. You have to read the comment. Almanac said, here's an unpopular argument. If I am all for gender equality, why is it then still wrong to hit back? Here, okay, go, Violet.
I would say it's the same thing as if, let's say, you're a martial arts expert. Why they have restraint unless they absolutely need to use it, or the same reason why an adult doesn't hit a child.
Okay.
You know,
all right. Let me change the
kind of
scenario.
along the same lines.
What if it's a shorter than her man? He's tinier than her, and she hits him. Can he hit her back?
I mean, sure, that's fair game. She's
So
Amazon
the only way
woman.
you're allowed to hit back is if you're in a weaker position. Other words, you just got to take the pain.
Well, I mean, this is also like hypothetical. What's the situation? Like, what are we dealing
A
with?
girl hit a guy, and he defends
Okay.
himself by hitting her back. That's the only information we have.
Well, that's not really defending yourself. Now, okay, if a woman is actively attacking you and you have to defend yourself,
Okay,
then
you've
defend
been hit
yourself.
before,
But
though,
if
right?
someone hits you,
You've been hit before, right?
Yes.
You don't go, okay, I've been hit. Wait a minute, is he actively attacking me? I think I'll be okay. No, you literally strike out. Don't you strike out? Don't you just instinctively hit the thing back that hit you? I do. I've done it.
I did that once and I got put in a chokehold.
Bro, I've
against the
lost every
wall and
fight
I
that
was
I've been
gonna
in where
die.
I've done that.
So,
Like every fight I've ever been in, like this kid, I was skateboarding and he stuck his
I
foot
said
out.
heartless and evil.
What'd you say?
Shoewafer said I said something heartless and evil. I don't know what was heartless and evil.
You totally lost me right now.
I lost myself, yeah.
I feel you, Bo.
Anyway, so this kid sticks his foot in front of my skateboard and I fall, right? And I get up and I just go into his face, right? He barely reacts. And then he just like walks towards me with his arms down by his side and he just goes and pushes me all the way back down into this big ditch. And that was it. I lost the fight completely. I couldn't do anything after that. Oh, chew wafers. See, your problem with live streams is you have to read what the person said or the people watching don't know what happened. Chew wafer said, oh my God, I can't believe Violet said something so heartless and evil. I didn't know what you were talking about. That's why you lost me.
I don't know what I said that was heartless and evil.
Well, you should have said that. You should have said, oh my God, what do you mean? Chew wafers just said I said something heartless and evil. What did I say? Let me help you
Well, I
out.
did
He's
say that.
being funny. He's being funny. Yeah. And it's a touchy situation. Men can't hit women, but women can be very strong. So if they hit
Right,
me,
like,
I mean, I
like
feel
if it's a strong woman, like if she can like square up.
but is
then I
that there?
feel
Is
like
that
it's
it?
fair.
If only if it's a strong
But-
woman?
No, it's the thing. Well, not well. Well, here. Okay.
I mean, I
so,
get
like,
it. If a baby hits me, I'm not gonna like, baby, what the fuck? Psh, you know.
like honestly, like if it was like if a woman hits a guy and like I mean it's like the same thing like if you learn martial arts, if you're if you specialize in martial arts, they teach you to walk away. You don't you don't continue it unless you have to. It's kind of the same thing. And you don't, and they teach you to walk away because
find that-
you are trained. You can hurt someone.
Can we get
right?
meta for a second?
Well,
Can we get real meta for a second? That's in my novel, and you made a comment that you felt like George needed some internal dialogue as to why he ran away from the fight. And I'm like, literally, you're telling me why people that know martial arts do what they do. I'm like, that's exactly what was happening in the book.
I'm not just explaining it for you. I'm explaining it for him, for them.
No, it's just interesting that you have that opinion, but yet you thought it was a weak point in that particular part of the book. I thought that was interesting. Right now.
Oh, did I? No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
you said George should have some internal dialogue about when he kicked the person.
No. Yeah, no. He should have some internal dialogue.
Why? It's inherently known. He
Because-
knows martial arts. He overused his
Right.
force.
But the reader, I mention it because.
No, I get it. I'm going to add
everyone's
the
gonna
internal
be able
dialogue.
to
I just find
connect
it.
the dots.
I just
Not
combined
everyone's
it.
going to be able to connect the dots, and then so it just would have made it more intense of a scene.
Yeah.
And it didn't have to be much. It could just be him going like, "Oh,
Well,
fuck."
if you remember,
like
my response to that was like literally 10 minutes later, they're having that discussion about it. That
Right, but
intense
that's after
discussion.
I
But
had
I
my-
also
I had my friend
think
Jake
is it
read it too, and he agreed.
maybe it's okay to have the reader go, what the fuck? Why did he run? Just like Square thought in the story.
I disagree. I feel like it would make, because if you do that, then that whole scene is already done and over with, and they've moved on already. But like if you just have like just a short little like, fuck, did I kill him or something like that in the line during as it happens, like then it just makes that scene more
Wafers
intense
says,
than it already.
I got the point one on the first read, but I've also practiced martial arts. I figured it was common knowledge. I mean, I'm not trying to win a point. I'm just saying I thought it was interesting that you brought it up. As
I mean, I've practiced martial arts as well, so like yeah, but
I
I'm
know,
just saying, while
I
read
know
it,
how to
you know,
say
I knew
karate.
what happened. I could connect the dots. I knew what happened, but I just felt like it was missing something. And also, like I said, I also had Jake read it too, and he felt the same way.
He read the whole story,
Not the whole story.
so he didn't hear the whole point where George had already had a problem with Kim, and he didn't get taken off to jail because Kim saved him. There was this whole discussion, this whole thought process that a flashback in the
no.
bar before that.
But I didn't think that was really
Are
necessary.
you? But that
We're
was
not talking about whether
that was
he did or
setting up.
didn't.
But hang on, that was setting it up for him to get out of there, because he knew the problem. Hang on, I'm gonna actually
Right.
in a rare
I'm
moment.
not disagreeing with that.
In a rare moment, I'm gonna actually find that particular thing, and I'm gonna spoil the book for
I
some
mean,
people.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying it just felt like it was missing a little bit.
Hang on. Okay. Oh, interesting. All right. It was hard to ignore the instinct to jump up and defend the younger man, but he held his position. The last time he got in a fistfight protecting someone from an attacker, he was nearly carted to jail. If it weren't for Kim giving the reporting officers a thorough verbal yet calm beatdown when they put George in cuffs, he would certainly have been charged with assault. And if it wasn't bad enough, he broke his right pinky when he struck the man making the threats. So that's the first time we talk about it. And give me a second.
How far apart is it?
Oh, hang on, I'll tell you. I mean, it's a chapter or more apart. It's setting up the story That's page 39. Give me a second. I gotta find the incident. And this is page 77. George had dealt with low-life trash like these three guys on many occasions walking from the shelter back to his place after training. These guys were up to no good, but Square seemed oblivious to the danger signals oozing from their body language. The men all had confused looks on their faces. The larger of the men in the middle abruptly stood up and pushed the tray up into Square's chest, knocking Square to the ground. Square, covered in taco meat and sour cream, scrambled backwards to get away. The man wearing the wife-beater shirt grabbed Square's left leg, pulling him back towards the three of them as the man in the shirt that said, "Fuck around and find out," began kicking Square in his ribs. Son of a bitch. George leapt from the table and within seconds was behind the large man. George had taken great effort to avoid fights, opting to diffuse tension or run when appropriate. Situational awareness has proved more valuable than his MMA skills. These guys had crossed the line, and now violence must be met with violence. It had been years since George had fought in the octagon or street, but muscle memory kicked in. His left arm, with a mind of its own, wrapped around the man's neck, putting him in a chokehold as his leg swept the man's lower half, knocking him to the ground. The wife-beater shirt man, dumbfounded, stood there still holding Square's legs. Now that George had an upper hand, he made an attempt to end the confrontation peacefully. I don't want to fight you guys. Let go of my friend and we can forget this ever happened. Wife-beater shirt guy said, "Fuck you and your stingy friend." Fuck around and find out guy lurched towards George. George, still holding the larger man in the neck hold, reflexively rotated his right shoulder, stepping his right foot into the direction of the attack, connecting his right fist to the attacker's left eye. The cracking of the man's orbital bone sent him crashing to the concrete, grasping his face with both hands. An MMA fighter might have been able to rebound from such a hit, but fuck around man found out just how powerful an MMA jab is. Wife-beater shirt man let go of Square's legs and Square scooted away, resting his back on the pole of the awning. Out of nowhere, the wife-beater man brandished a 3-inch knife and was swinging in rapid arcs at George's head. Dragging the large man by the neck, George successfully dodged the first 2 swings, but the third sliced him superficially on his cheek. George couldn't properly defend against the knife attack without more mobility. He released the neck of the large man, shoving him down and away from his body. The wife-beater man swung again. George jumped back, raising both of his arms in a defensive posture, while fixing his stance for maximum stability. On the next swing, George launched his good leg into the attacker's chest and sent him flying backwards. The man careened into the concrete table behind him. His head snapped on the edge, and he fell like a ragdoll to the ground. Blood trickled out of his now unresponsive man's ear. Square was in a daze. George grabbed his arm and pulled him up to a standing position, dragging him away from the taco stand, shouting, "Let's go, 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 go." End of chapter. Then in the next chapter, George explains why that was a problem, why he left. I think that now on rereading, I see why you think that, but I think it's fine because he gets the fuck out of Dodge right after that. And it leaves the reader maybe thinking, wait, why didn't he have an internal dialogue? I don't think he needs an internal dialogue here. It's obvious he's getting the fuck out of there.
Okay.
And then, hang on, I'm going to scroll down to a part. Let's see here. There's a bunch of George chastising Square for even talking to those guys. Hang on. Square seemed relieved, then asked, I need to make that actually relieved. Then asked, "George, let me ask you, why did we run? They attacked us. It was clearly self-defense." "Yeah, it was self-defense. But retired or not, I'm a trained MMA fighter." "So?" Square said. "It's a common myth that people trained in martial arts or boxing, etc., have to register their hands as deadly weapons. But in America, this is only true in the territory of Guam." George knew this, but his skills were still a huge liability. George had read too many stories where even if in clear cases of self-defense, the defender was sentenced to sometimes years in prison because of his martial arts capability. George didn't want to even think about starting his life over again and certainly didn't want to go to prison. George grabbed Square by the shoulders. Look, that man I kicked was bleeding from the ear. If he doesn't make it and the police catch up with us, I'll certainly be charged with manslaughter or murder. Square said, it was self-defense. They had a knife. You were just standing your ground. Square was almost pleading for George to understand. No, Square. Self-defense or not, California isn't a stand your ground state. And I used overwhelming force when it could be argued that I should have retreated. This is a huge problem for me, Square. I don't want to go to prison or even court to defend my actions. Square narrowed his eyes, seeming to understand the gravity of the situation. I understand. I assure you, I don't need the police poking around my office asking you questions, interrupting me during a critical phase of my work. Anyway, so I think it's well handled, just the next few pages where George really lays it out, why he ran. If we take a moment for George to have internal dialogue, it means he's ignoring the danger of the situation. He needs to get the fuck out because he doesn't want the police to get anywhere near him during this point of the confrontation. And he doesn't need any more of those guys coming to attack him as well now. So I get your feedback, but I feel like it gets handled later on. And I think it actually might open up a good curiosity loop for the reader to go, why did he run? Without saying anything.
Yeah. I was just on the flip side of it. I would have liked for him to say something, but that's just my opinion.
But you don't think he gave a decent explanation, like literally 2 pages later?
Afterwards, yes.
Did you want him to have that internal dialogue like right there? Because
that's what I said. Right there. Like as soon as he kicked
taught me
the
something.
guy and the guy.
Chew Wafers taught me something. When you want to slow down a scene, you add a lot of detail. When you want to speed it up, you have less detail. I wanted that scene to end.
Okay.
So I didn't put in the deal. If I had put in the detail there, maybe George, it would be like, go, go, go. It seems weird that George would run, even though he was self-defending, but he knew from years of experience. If I had slowed it down right there, he just said, run, go, go, go. Now he's like, now there's this contemplation and explanation, and it's going to take them a lot of time to get away from the scene. No one cares about this discussion. Like even you are talking to someone else.
No, but that's what I originally said was, it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be like a full like it just a short.
I mean, if anything, I would add the word fuck. You'd be like, fuck.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. Like,
well, then,
yeah,
we're in agreement. But it shouldn't be anything more than that. We should be like, why?
Because
why?
You're right. It would take it away, but just I don't know. That's all.
When's my friend Chris going to contact me? I'm getting hungry. The hungrier I get, the more I want Shake Shack.
Yesterday you said you ate too much.
I did. Late or noon is good. What time are you thinking? I'm getting hungry. Wow, no one came into the chat at all, huh? Just you and me the whole time.
Yeah.
It's not any different than a normal day. Did you delete the snarky comment at It's Valid? No.
I did.
You did? Why? Dude, you shouldn't delete the comment. Oh, you deleted your own comment.
Delete my own comment.
What did you say?
Well, because they were asking me for the context. They said, Almanac said, but what did you do before that?
And true.
To me, it just kind of sounded like, well, what were you wearing? Were you asking for it?
No, that's so different, bro.
What I was wearing.
That's so
That's
different.
why I deleted it.
Yeah.
That's why I deleted it.
Oh my God. When a girl gets assaulted, she didn't do anything. But when a girl punches a guy in the face, come on, man. That's so different.
But it was, no. But it was just the way the question was constructed. It reminded me of that. And so I said it and then I deleted it.
Nice. Dr. Primoz Roglic says, what's up, George? I've not been keeping up with your book, the one based in San Diego. It's done. I just got to finish like the fifth draft, and then I'm going to release it. I'm going to have to just throw it out there, typos and all. I'll have a couple people review it for typos and whatnot, but I got to get it out before it's not relevant anymore. Almanac said it to. Have you noticed how we keep arguing about how wrong the man's action potentially is when no one has brought up how wrong it was for the woman to hit first? Absolutely, this is the problem.
Yeah.
Women murder people all the time.
But the conversation wasn't what the woman was doing. The conversation was,
if a woman hits you, can you hit her back?
The question was why can't a man hit a woman back? That was the question. So the topic wasn't the woman hitting, because that's obviously wrong. No one should be hitting anyone, period. But that wasn't what we were discussing.
All right.
And we can discuss that, and that's an easy one.
Don't really care. Don't really care. My wife's never hit me. Have you ever hit your husband?
No.
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 Has he ever hit you?
No.
Okay. That was like a sensitive
except
topic.
Except for the one time I tickled him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was just kind of
well, you deserved it.
Reaction. And I don't do it. I do. I'm more careful.
Me and my wife do wrestle pretty hardcore, though, when it comes to the tickling stuff.
Yeah.
We go hardcore. I love how she always like, okay, we're done. The moment I finally pin her, like, now we're done. First of all, I don't even know how, hear me out. This is going to sound bad. I don't have the strength to sexually assault a woman. Like, I would not make it, man. My wife is so strong, you know? And she's a tiny little Japanese woman. Oh, man.
That's funny. Yeah. But see, I'm like you. I like to give it. I don't like to take it. So I like to tickle, but then I run away.
No, my wife does this thing where I'll tickle her, and she just very stoically stands there and goes, ichi, ni, san, shi. And whatever number she counts up to, she has to give it back to me. And I'm like, no. And she doesn't even have to touch me. She has just to act like she's going to touch me, and I lose it. Yeah. Like, stop, stop. I didn't even touch you yet. But the counting can only start when she does the tickling. So, well, anyway, look, it's been 2 hours and 11 minutes. I only like to really make these about 2 hours long max. So, probably time to get out. Definitely overstayed my welcome once again. I'll see you guys all next time. Tomorrow, I guess. Bye.